Imagine being late on a Sunday. Good evening, folks. Thanks for coming in. Hope you all had a great weekend and the weather was, I was going to say the weather was shining. The sun, I hope the weather was good, basically. So tonight, you'll recognise this young man, and I emphasise the word young, you know. All right, youngish. So we'll say youngish, shall we? Barry Frankish. Barry is the founder of BRF.
Not anymore. It's not BRF Paranormal anymore.
It's Bones, or what's it called? Basic Bone? No.
It's Bare Bones.
Bare Bones. Sorry, Barry.
Yeah.
Whoops.
There's a reason behind that as well. There's a reason behind it as well. So
we'll come to that. Aye, so Bare Bones. I'm just that used to being BRF Paranormal.
It was always from day one. It's still there, but I've just polished it up a little bit and changed it to how my methodology works.
Aye, but no, I know you started a new group. Barry is also the brains behind the Proud to Be Paranormal event, which takes place around July every year. This will be your third year. Am I right?
Fourth, I think we're going fourth now.
Is this your fourth year?
Yeah, got me thinking now. Yeah, because I'm badges. I'm doing badges every year, so different. I think we're on the fourth or fifth badge. Yeah, you got me thinking.
I'm looking at a great start.
You got me thinking now.
I thought it was the third.
No, it's more than three. Let's have 1, 2. Yeah, it's more than three. I'm sure it's a fourth. Yeah, I'm sure it is. You got me.
Well, anyway, third or fourth. Well, you know, so Barry is the brains behind it, and this is its third/4th year. All right, Barry's the guy behind it then.
Yeah, I invented it.
He invented it, so it's his. And he's also, well, I'm on fire tonight. I'm on fire. There's our Laura. Good evening, dear. So I messed up BRF Paranormal. I messed up how many years have we been doing.
Hey, 2 out of 3, man.
The Victorian Ghost Hunter. Boom,
you got that right.
I'd got that out quickly while I remembered. Victorian Ghost Hunter. I've just remembered. I haven't signed my back in yet either. See, I was showing Barry my Ferrari. So I took the back in away so they could see it. And there's my lovely wife in as well, IB. So we're off to a good start. I kind of totally got up, didn't I? Basically. So how are you, Barry?
I'm not bad, thank you very much. Another day older and none so wiser.
You're looking very intelligent with the specs on, as I said earlier on.
Yeah, well, I don't normally wear glasses, but I've had my hair cut, and I thought I'll try and make an effort. Give me contact lenses a break.
I noticed the haircut.
Yeah, I'll get finished next week.
Aye, get the rest, because they've only kind of like done up to there, so you need to get the rest of it done.
Yeah, I'll do it in installments.
Sarah, a couple of weeks ago, Sarah did the Brave the Shave.
That's good, that, yes.
Put a picture up for cancer research. So, day one, I've noticed she had long hair. And so she went to her mum's a couple of weeks ago and got it all shaved off. And she actually suits it.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how quick it grows in. It grows in quicker than mine.
I'll tell you what, it does. The shorter you get your hair cut, the quicker it grows back.
Well, this was right in, so I've done my hair for her earlier on. It was dead weird because I've never shaved somebody's head apart from mine in my life. So
not with permission. Not with permission.
Not with permission. Oh, you know what I'd love to do? See these people with women, girls with ponytails.
Yes.
You know, I would love just to go up to one and just cut it off. I've always wanted to do that to somebody. Even, you know, I don't know why. It's just something you see that they go this.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Especially a bloke with a ponytail. Definitely do it.
Aye, that's not right.
That's not right. That's not right. No.
Just cut it off, you know. But we're not here to talk about hair. So anyway, your bare bones. I'll get it right eventually. Just go with it, you know.
Yeah.
That's why my hair's in a bun. One of these days, I'm going to get somebody and I'm going to get a ponytail off him. Just I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to talk about your bare bones and the Victorian Ghost Hunter, and also be proud to be paranormal. We can't have you on and not discuss that. I mean, so why did you decide to go for BRF to bare bones?
Well, BRF Paranormal has been with me since day one. And over the years, I've done the gadgets, I've done the this and the sort of everything else. And it's all the same. You see it day in, day out. Everyone does the same thing. There's nothing new happening. And I thought, that's not what I'm about. I like to be different. I mean, not in a bad way as such, but I look at things slightly differently. I try to look at, well, especially, I don't like the term ghost hunting as such, because it's like a label. But when when you go out, you look at, it's like I say, everyone's the same with gadgets, and people spend hundreds of pounds and dollars and all of stuff. But what's not unproven. But to be honest with you, we've not evolved. We haven't got any, we're no far advanced than say 800 years ago, and it just seems that nowadays it's all to do with social media. People want to say, "Look, this is what I'm doing." It's not so much about the ghost hunt. It's, "Look at me, I'm here. I've got this location," type of stuff. And I'm not about that. I like to look at things from the spirit's perspective. If I was a spirit walking around the location, I don't want someone coming with an SAS jacket on. Look at me, and throw this, throw that, throw the other. I'm not about that. I like to look at I like to give respect in both ways, both to living and the dead. I'm this kind of person that still. When I work, I wear a hat, and if I see a funeral car go past, I'll take my hat off as a sign of respect. I've always done it, and then whack it back on. It's same with ghost hunting as such. I don't like manipulation and stuff like that. I don't like to see people antagonising what may or not be there. So I tend to look at more. I look at it as if I was in their boots, if that makes sense. And
no, 100%.
Yeah, and to do that as well, you don't need a technology, you don't need a gadget, you don't need flashing stupid cat balls. They don't work. It's just it's good for a paying guest. It makes them feel like they're part of something. But when it comes to deep down searching for things, I think more is less, or less is more type thing. You'll tend to find you'll experience something when you're not ready for it. So how can you record something you're not ready for?
I agree with you 200% over either. You know, I mean, the term ghost hunting.
Yeah.
When I don't like it either. When I hear it, you always imagine somebody running about with a big net and a torch.
Yes, and that's
the image that comes into my head.
And that's in a way why. That's in a way why BRF. I decided to adapt it slightly to bare bones. So bare bones to me means minimal. You don't take anything with you. You are down to a basic bare bones, and that's what it's about with me. You don't, maybe a torch for safety by all means, yes, a notepad, pen type thing, and I do like photography by all means, a camera. But when it comes to paraphernalia or paranormal world, I don't want any of it.
Which is, we use a K2 and we use a REM pod. You know, it was Charlie Knott's Paranormal Dead Signal, they're called now. Charlie made us up a couple of REM pods. We use them. We use a couple of cat balls. Basic stuff. You know, we're not into all the big fancy technology because one, we don't believe in it, and two, as you say, people spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on it. You know, and we have had some results. Laura's saying she differs with the cat balls now because I've got video evidence of my deceased dog tunings and cat interacting with the cat balls. But she has, you know, we've seen it, and we have had a few responses with the cat balls. But again, as you say, Barry, they're not 100% reliable.
No.
Even with a K2. And what I say to people is the way we use the K2 is that if it's lying dormant for 10, 15 minutes and you ask a question, a specific question, and it goes to, you know, you make that go to yellow, and it goes to yellow, and then it goes dead again, then we think, right, well, that's fair, you know, somebody might be answering us. Is that making sense? And then it might lie dormant for another 30, 40 minutes. And they say, well, can you touch the black box again? And it might go back and it might go off again. If we ask, if you get, how can I put it? If it lights up on demand, basically, then right, well, maybe there's someone there. I hate these people. I no offense to them. It's what they say, but they use the word devices.
Yeah.
You talk out to this device, I've got a device here, because let's face it, if you get a spirit for the 1600s, to them, a device might be some kind of torture implement or something.
That's it. They wouldn't have it. I mean, but
then
again, I've always wondered this myself as well, because like I say, if you've got an entity from, say, 16, 17, 1800s, I mean, if they're aware of their existence and vice versa, surely they're aware, they should be able to adapt as well and learn as we would. So no technology comes to the market. For example, best way to like CDs, from records to tape to mini discs. We adapted to understand what they are and learn them. Mobile phones, gone from the rotary phone to a small mobile phone, which is touchscreen. We've adapted to learn with that. So, in a way, can the spirit world do a similar kind of thing? Can they adapt and understand, working with time and emotion as we move along? So,
I've wondered that as well. I've asked a few times, because let's face it, our belief is when we pass over, we take everything with us, our personality, the whole lot, apart from the body, that's left behind, obviously. But, I mean, we've had investigations where the camera's turned off by itself for no reason. Nobody's touched it or whatever. You think, well, has spirit been watching people before and they've learned how to maybe turn that camera off?
Manipulate items.
As you say, manipulate things. Because I believe that when we pass over, we're still got the capability of learning.
Yeah, it's like anything, a bit like higher learning, if anything.
Exactly, and so I mean, we don't pass over and suddenly become thick.
It's a bit like the Romans, weren't it? It's a bit like the Romans. The Romans left, and we all went stupid. The Dark Ages. We seem to have forgot what the Romans did.
I wasn't about then, regardless of what people might say, age wise. But I agree with you as well with the, see, we use the kind of basic gadgets, but there's people there that spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on, and I don't think spirit cares.
No.
Whether you've got a £400, SLS camera or a ping pong ball.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if it's a £10 point and shoot or a £200 camera. They both do the same job. And if you are meant to, you tend to find these books. I mean, I've got a nice library downstairs. You tend to find the books. Every photograph in these books has been taken incidentally or accidentally by tourists or someone not looking into a paranormal, and they've got back home. And none of them are digital. They're all 35mm. So they've had proof with the extra negative. So that negative also allocates and emphasizes it's more natural and more in your face type genuine rather than digital cameras. Nowadays, my phone, for example, this thing I've got here, that's a Pixel, and I can do all sorts on that. I can put myself to places I've never been. So I've always said to myself, we cannot trust one of these things when it comes to spirit photography, because how do you know what you're being presented with is genuine?
Aye, exactly. Laura's saying, but time in itself is no concept of spirit. Time is a human-made thing. For example, animals eat when hungry, sleep when tired. Humans are programmed to follow conformity. I eat when I'm hungry.
I eat when I need to. That's about it.
No, I know what Laura means. Usually, between kind of like, I don't know, when we were growing up, between kind of like 5 and 6 was dinner time, or tea time, as you guys call it.
Tea time for me, yeah.
Tea time, or between 12 and 1 was lunchtime.
You had dinner, you had breakfast, dinner, tea, and supper.
And they were all running about the same time every day because that's how you were brought up. But
was it school?
yourself.
Yeah, because at school we had dinner ladies.
I miss the school dinners. They were banging the school dinners.
Yeah.
They were
But
great.
you're right, though. You're right as well, because these things, we control ourselves with these things. No other animal on this planet does that. This tells us what to do, when to do it. So it is conformity.
Exactly. I mean, you could be sitting, between 12 and 1, and you might be hungry, and you think, well, that's lunchtime, I better get something to eat, but I'm not really hungry.
Yeah, it's like me. I don't eat all the time. I don't eat on demand type thing. I don't eat at set times. I'll eat when I'm hungry. That's it.
Aye, there's Laura saying we're all kind of programmed, brought up right between 5 and 6 for your dinner or tea time. But you just eat when you're hungry. I was going to say sleep when you're hungry. No, eat when I'll shut up. You know what I mean? I'm on fire tonight. But I see everything spirit cares. And what you were saying as well about, things happen. I mean, what you were saying about the photographs, we've got a couple of photographs, on our phones, because that's basically what we use our phones a lot. Laura uses it for the voice recorder. I know people go out and spend X amount on voice recorders and stuff, but your phone does the exact same job, as you were saying, Barry. Does everything basically. And we have caught some photographs, and you can see, a figure in them. I've sent them to other people, because you know yourself, I might see something that you don't, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And so I've say to people, go and look at this photograph. What do you see in it? Tell me what you think. And 2 or 3 people came back the other week there, and they told me I can see somebody standing on the stairs. The exact same thing that we saw. Which I eat one meal a day because that's just how I work. Well, some people. I used to be religious. You see, for years when I was working, I would get up in the morning, cup of coffee, and 2 slices of toast before I went to work. Done it for every morning for years.
It's weird because with me, I don't really eat during the day, to be honest with you. I mean, sometimes I don't even eat at night. Since I had my stroke, my metabolism's gone totally screwy with. So I'll eat, but when we go away, for example, if we go to a hotel or something, I'll eat them out of breakfast. Definitely, I'll eat a lot, basically. And I'll empty my orange juice. But when I'm at home, I don't eat breakfast.
No, we don't actually bother with it. See, I used to be religious with 2 slices of toast, a cup of coffee every morning, but no. I've seen us going all day, and you think, come 5, 6 at night, you're sitting there and you think, I don't do anything to eat today. Yeah. You don't notice it.
For me, like me, I have a very physical job, and I'm basically straight through, and I'll get home at night time. I'm too tired to make anything to eat, or I just can't bothered. And I can live like that.
See, when Sarah's running at her mum's for dinner with the wee one, I tend to just kind of maybe throw sausages in the oven or something like that, something plain and simple, and bacon or something.
I'll tell you what, something I do like is very basic. I do like a bit of scrambled egg on toast.
I like my scrambled, even though I've been told my scrambled eggs like rubber. But we won't go. I must say, Sarah makes cracking scrambled eggs. She uses the pot, but I don't have the patience. Even though I'm a chef, I don't have the patience for it. Do you know what I mean? I throw it in the microwave.
Yeah, I just say whack it in a bowl, whack it in.
After a wee minute or two, just get a wee mix up, break up a bit and bung it back in. It's just the exact same, but we're not here to talk about food. What were we talking about?
You forgot that,
I've forgotten now. It's Sunday. It's been a long day. I washed the car today. Things happen when you don't expect them to.
Exactly.
And do you think that's maybe spirit's way? What we've found sometimes, I don't know if you found this, Barry, is we're doing an investigation and we're getting nothing after maybe a couple of hours. Sometimes you'll say, spirit, right, well, we're just going to get packed up and go home. We'll see you next time, kind of thing. And then usually get activity starting.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. You that happen?
It's been happened before. Say when I've been at the centre and I've locked up, for example, on my own, everyone's gone. about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I've gone round and I've had little tweaks and little what's that, but that didn't happen before. And I know I've been on my own, and I didn't fear it. It's just I think it's a way, because sometimes it's not some, because I think a ghost hunt and an investigation are 2 different things altogether. And when people come around and do everything, there's that much going on and noise and thing. I think there's too much hustle and bustle to really see what's actually there. People are too engrossed in what they're doing. So I think when people have gone, it's calmed down a lot. You're more frequent to noise, understanding and picking up on stuff.
You're more. I need to put a comment up. Wait, you see this scrambled egg in microwave, a bomb of radiation. We're talking about a woman here that eats. I don't know if you've had this or no. Salt and vinegar mayonnaise.
I've not had that, no.
B&M are doing them. Well, I'm advertising B&M, but B&M are doing these different kind of sauces. One is salt, vinegar, mayonnaise, and Sarah and I went to B&M the other day, and Laura's of that going to pick me up. I
tell you, I've seen a Monster Munch flavoured pickled onion mayonnaise.
It's just wrong. Mayonnaise is just wrong on every level, regardless of the flavour or, whatever.
Okay, food stuff. I know it's a different subject altogether, but food stuff, what's wrong? About a year or so back, I actually tried a deep fried cream egg.
No.
That was revolting.
It's the same as the deep fried Mars. I mean, I'm Glaswegian, as you know, and people have said to me before, what likes a deep fried Mars bar? I say, well, I don't know, because I've never had. You're from Glasgow, how you had one? I say, because it's just, to me, it just doesn't go.
It doesn't go together. No, that's it. It's like, you put it's like bananas and pickled onions. You don't put them together.
No, same as pineapple and pizza. No.
Yeah, that's a subject in itself. I mean, whoever put through, but maybe it's nothing. It's no different to scamping lemon type stuff and scamping a basket. Who decided to put in a basket in the first place instead of using a plate?
Same as who discovered you can milk a cow and what exactly were they doing at the time?
Yeah, I must admit that day would be quite interesting.
I mean, when I used to work it was called the Steakhouse in Kilmarnock here, and it was just a sort of local wee restaurant. And whenever it was quiet, we would experiment with food. And what I did once was I got just a bun, and I got some pulled pork, put it in the bun, with some cheese, barbecue sauce, and then I put it in batter and I deep fried it. And the boys in the kitchen were looking at me. If I say, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just, I'm bored. Let's just deep fry some stuff." And I was actually it was actually nice. I thought we should sell these. Do you know what I mean?
It's like people who fondue things. You basically chuck it in cheese.
You throw it in the fryer and see what happens. You know what I mean? Hey, that's on my bucket list. A deep fried cream egg, Lord, seriously, no, leave it.
Yeah, I've had fritted bananas and things like that in maple syrup sauce, which was way too sickly. And no, that's just, I like bananas, I like maple sauce, but not together.
No, I'm just a plain. We were brought up just a plain eater, mince and Tories, fry up, so that kind of steak. I do love my steak pie.
Beans on toast.
Beans and toast, aye. Beans and toast. But Heinz's, I think Heinz's beansies don't taste the same. Hey. Oh God, Heinz's beansy.
Beans,
Heinz beans. I don't know why I say Heinz's beansies, but however, you know what I mean. They don't taste the same though.
No, I tell you what, better than Heinz, Branston beans, they're better.
Aye, they are. The Branston beans are the best. Same as Branston spaghetti.
I got the spaghetti, but the beans definitely, yeah.
I had the spaghetti last week and it was really nice. Laura wants to milk a cow. Okay. I mean, there's quite a few farms in about where we live, so I dare say she went up and maybe ask one of the farmers, can I milk a cow?
You never know, yeah. I
mean, Lord, she does make a good steak pie. I'll give her that. She does make a mean steak pie. But anyway, what were we talking about?
beans, fried egg things, and deep fried stuff.
No, you were saying things happen when you're alone. I think, see, I found that, it's not that I'm alone very often, but one night I went to a local, Kirk was here and I get married, and it was late at night. Laura was actually, but she was in the car, and we're doing a cut walk. I was done one, she was doing the other one. And I was standing doing the bottom end, and I felt my sleeve getting pulled twice, quite distinctly. I was the only one there. My sleeve get tugged twice. So I think, when you're alone, you're more focused.
Yes.
Because everybody's away. No offense to them.
Yeah.
But when you've got a group of people, you want to investigate, but you're also way conscious of what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Yes. So and it's like you plus as well, you don't know their intentions as well. I mean, they might have good intentions, but they could inadvertently do something and not realise they've done it.
Aye. You're better, as you say, you're more focused, there's less distractions. And maybe the other side of the coin is that maybe that many people put spirit off.
You never know, do you? You might, yeah. Because, I mean, say you're in a location, say for example, you've passed away, so like same location for 200 years. You got used to your own little ways and how you'll do things, you're peace and quiet. And 10, 12 people are coming at once, demanding you do things. And you think, I'm not an animal. I mean, this is my house, get out type thing. And do this, do that. I mean, you do something for them, for example. Okay, do it again. No.
Well, we do that. We are guilty that, we will say, if you're a male, can you touch the, but we say K2 male would say, can you touch that black box? I know the other teams say, can you touch the K2 device and that, but we say a black box, because let's face it.
They won't know what K2 is.
No, but everybody knows what a box is, basically.
Yeah, I mean, to me, as a kid, K2 was a mountain.
Aye, so is K2.
Yeah.
That was a good film, actually, K2. I watched that film. That was good. I watched another one the other night. We're talking about films now, people. Sorry. But, Heinz's Beansies. What's about Heinz's Beansies? I watched it. It's called Broad Peak on Netflix. And it was really, and it was about a Polish mountaineer with two guys that wanted to climb K2, but the weather was too bad, so they decided to climb Broad Peak, which was kind of next to it.
Yeah.
And about 3/4 of the way, one of the guys says, this is too dangerous. I'm not going any further. But the other guy, he went on himself. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'll give it a watch, because it was really, there's a twist at the end of it that you don't expect, but it was really good. A good. Usually I'm into blood and guts and stuff. There's no blood and guts in this one, but it was a really good film. Broad Peak, it was called. So we've covered food and we've covered films so far. That's right going. Aye. So I think I don't know if you're on TikTok or no, Barry.
I've got TikTok. Yes, I put a few things on it.
I don't know if I follow you. I need to check that after the show.
Yeah.
If I don't follow you, then I do apologise.
And I'll just say,
yeah. you lose track of that many. But what's your view on TikTok with the paranormal? Do you not think in the last, 4-6 months, there's a hell of a lot of new people coming in, young people wanting to make a name for themselves, tarot readers, mediums?
Yeah, I think the problem with the paranormal is I think it's easy. I think they can do this overnight. We've seen someone else do it. Oh, we can do that. And easy money type thing. But there's no money in it. There's but if you're doing it for money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I mean, it's all for show. I've always said the paranormal has got two categories of people. You've got entertainers and educators. And I think a lot of people are trying to go down the entertainment line, but they've done the same thing as everybody else. We haven't done anything different.
Aye, there's nothing original. Laura's got a question for you, young man. What's your opinion, Barry, on someone new to the paranormal who takes the piss out of how someone died and marks their grave with salt with a pentagram?
And that's not good. No, and the if anything, and in a ghost hunter type stroke paranormal investigator should have their own unwritten rules. What you have a line. Everyone's even in society, everyone's got their own little line they know they don't cross. And to me, with paranormal, it's like, even if it's a daily job, you know you've got limitations. And to me, with paranormal and stuff, it's like I would not go around a graveyard doing things like that. I will not take a piss out someone's died because police. I've been some. It's lovely. I like graveyards. I think they're quite peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I like libraries, and each stone tells a story like a book, and I respect that. People have come before us, but if it weren't for people like them, we wouldn't be here today. And I respect that.
I'm the exact same. Laura's saying, "You follow me, you creep."
It's funny that because remember years ago, we used to be called stalkers, now we're called followers.
Aye, never called follow. You follow me, you creep. I don't know if she's calling a creep. I don't, no doubt she'll type in who she's calling a creep.
Hey,
but I probably. Entertainment I get, disrespect I will never get. There is a need for the people that she's talking about. They went into a kirkyard the other week, and it was a table stone, headstone, and they put a pentagram in salt, and did somebody get a bit of paper? I think it was a Ouija board, a made up Ouija board, and they were saying, "Aye, you know who I'm talking about, Scott." Oh, with doing the pentagram and stuff like that. Hey kid, sorry about my wife. LOL. That's Laura's up.
Yeah, but I agree. I agree. It's total disrespect. Is like that's something you don't do. It just shows you're not mature enough to do what you do.
No, they're not. It was just totally disgusting what they done, and they've done other ones, and they'll say, "I demand that you tell me your name. I demand that you do something." What are you doing, you clown?
Yeah, I demand you yourself. Yeah.
It really boils your blood. But I mean, I love graveyards as well. What you're saying, Barry, and they're very peaceful. And you say every headstone tells a story.
It does, yeah. I mean, back when I used to be in Doncaster, there's a big one in Doncaster called Hyde Park Cemetery, and it's the second biggest municipal graveyard outside London, and it goes on forever. And you walk around, and I've got some family name. There's a stone in there with my family name on it. Now, I'm not originally from Doncaster. My family originally comes from York, and that's in North Yorkshire area. So to be in Doncaster intrigued me. And but there's even some stones tell you other people passed away. Some accidental, some drowned, some were killed at work, and even tells you some have got the addresses where they passed away. And one of the addresses is still active. It's still out in house today.
Still standing.
Yep, still standing, still living in.
Craig and I went to that aforesaid tablestone the next day, and the salt was still on top of the tablestone. But they were laughing and joking and. It's something to do with how can you breathe? You've not got any lungs or something. It's just garden stuff. But I mean, headstones, they're fascinating. Greyfriars, we've done Greyfriars a lot in Edinburgh, and always remember one down the bottom end there. There's this massive, massive, big kind of marble headstone, and it's a family that's buried there. But they've got, the wife's name, she passed and what age, and then they've got kids' name. And, two of the kids passed in infancy, very, very young, and they passed within a year each other. So it makes you wonder, that wee boy passed when he was 1, the wee girl passed when she was nearly 2. within a year. So it makes you wonder what happened to them. Was it a plague, with some kind of disease, or
what year? Do you remember what year it was?
Oh, I can't remember. I'd need to get back to it.
You did tend to find that, like obviously Victorian days, they had big families because the mortality rate was so immense. So having bigger families, with the understanding, with the hope that some family members would survive and carry on.
I would take a stab saying it was in the 1800s, because the majority of headstones there are all in about the 1800s. That particular bit. So I would say it's right in the 1800s. But it makes you wonder, because the father, he passed last, basically. He lost the whole family, and then he passed a few years later. So it makes you wonder. I wonder what happened to the wife. I wonder what happened to the kids.
And it's not just that, though. You're looking at a time where, say, we haven't got medical advances like we have today. We didn't understand like TB, that kind of stuff, pneumonia. It's something simple like that could kill you as well. Nowadays we can be treated, but in them days it couldn't be. But that poor bloke, though, to actually lose an entire member of his family and still survive it, can't imagine what he'd do to him.
Aye, as you say, the medical advances now. It's the same back in. I'll stay a comment something a wee second, folks. I Terrible Tracy on last week. We were talking about Henry VIII and what have you, and we were talking about something similar with Henry VIII, how he died, and a lot of his ailments and what have you that could have been treated today, but obviously back then, it was terminal, basically. As Craig saying, Scott and I were walking in a local cemetery, and we said the same thing. To even reading the gravestones, remembering, paying respect to that person. We even found the war grave of a pilot who had been shot down in World War II. But as you're reading, these were all people.
Yeah, exactly.
I know there's many people going to. I used to do it before we started doing it. You go to a graveyard and think, well, that's a nice headstone, and you keep walking. Well, that's lovely, but you don't actually wait. You don't actually stop and read it.
Yeah, read it.
But now, you just look at it. So that's beautiful. That's nice marble, whatever it is. But now, since we started doing this, you actually do stop and take the time and read. Some of them aren't readable, as but the ones that are, then, fair enough. Infuriated PIHs, we've been active in this location for 4 years. We built up trust with Spirit for a team to come in and be disrespectful astounds me. You have to think what damage is being caused. But that's, Laura's got a good point there as well. We've been at this location for 4 years. Sarah and I get married in it. And I think, well, if a team of monkeys come in and start jumping about, kidding on the investigators, that's going to upset the spirits. So is that going to interfere with what we do in the future?
It's not just the spirits. I mean, it could also infuriate other members, paranormal members. So doing something like that I don't work that way. I would never dream of working that way. I mean, it's not. Well, that's not work. It's just diabolical, childish behaviour. Even kids wouldn't do that. Because the problem is, they've seen too many horror films, and where they do pentagrams on this, pentagrams. We always associate a pentagram with negativity. It's always the case. No matter where you go, people are influenced by movies rather than intelligence.
This individual, everything's demonic, blah, blah. He's seen 17 apparitions in 4 months, basically, and all the rest. It's just, it cheeses you off, shall we say, for wanting a better word. I was going to say something else, but, when you see, but he's on TikTok, he thinks he's something major. He's only on TikTok, that's it. But he wants to make money and all the rest. We watch him for entertainment, basically, just to see what he's up to. But the carry on the other week with the headstone with the pentagram, I thought, that you're crossing a line that you just don't cross. That's total, because regardless of how old the grave was, that was somebody's, mother, father, whoever,
And it's possible because still have living relatives.
Laura's telling me about my language. That's me getting pulled up. Exactly. That's how we don't do, I call them modern cemeteries, because you don't know if they've got any relatives still living. Plus, I prefer the old ones with the headstones and the amount of work that goes in. But a lot of the modern headstones are really, really nice. Craig and I were out the other day in a cemetery, and some of them are absolutely beautiful. You know, but you say because there's still family members kicking about. And the last time they were on TikTok or Facebook is somebody mocking their, you know, their granddad or great granddad or whatever.
It's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit like in Doncaster where we used to live. We had a place called Bolby, and we had St Catherine's institution. That's basically grounds of the hospital. Now they used to do ghost hunts there in the hospital, and it was a nice location. But we used to collect this every time someone advertised the location. We used to put St Catherine's asylum, blah blah blah, to make it more sound dramatic. Now it got taken over by another company. They actually stopped doing ghost hunts there. It's a lovely old building, unfortunately. I mean, I like to look at the history behind buildings as well. I love buildings. I love the architecture of buildings. I like churches, but I'm not religious. And what it was with this location in Doncaster called St Catherine's, for people who've been there will understand what I'm talking about, because the building itself is beautiful, and everything downstairs is original. But because it's in the community, there's still people living relatives, and we didn't like the idea of calling it an asylum, because it wasn't an asylum. It was somewhere you went when you were down on your luck and stuff. Yeah,
I like a refuge kind of thing.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. And it was an hospital-based place, so you could have treatment and stuff like that. But it weren't one of these places where raving lunatics chained to walls kind of thing. It wasn't like that. But when you used to advertise it, they advertised it as such, which was all wrong.
I know that is wrong, but you know why they do it, because as soon as you say, if you were to say, well, it was a care home or a refuge, people just, as soon as you stick up the word asylum,
exactly,
that's a bing, well, I want to go there, because they immediately get the image. You know, again, film-wise, are these big old asylums with big, massive corridors, basements, and, you know, all the rest of it. And it's just to sell bums on seats, basically, you know. I can only stand them for a couple of seconds at a time, and he's advertising paid investigations. He's advertising he's going to do paid investigations at this particular spot, but there is a way to foil it. What I'm saying. So that's all I'm going to say. But it's all just for attention, you know, as you say, stick the name asylum, or the people say this is the most haunted pub. That gets me as well. You, Barry, but they say this is the most haunted pub in Britain.
Yes, I've been to many pubs that's claiming that as well. And to be honest with you, the only spirits you see behind the Barry optics.
But you think, well, have you visited every pub in Britain? How do you know it's the most haunted? You know,
exactly.
It's. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the Hannah Hunt. She's on TikTok, Facebook as well. See, I was talking to her the other day, and she says sometimes the most unexpected place can be the most active, most haunted.
I had many years ago in a place I used to work in Wakefield. I used to work in a DIY store many years ago. And I was off this particular day. It was a Wednesday, and I was off during that day. And Rob, one of my team workmates, he was sat in the canteen at work. This is 10:30 on first break in the morning. He sat there eating his tea or eating his food, whatever he's eating. And he says a chap walked in through the door in a blue bowler suit, and he looked solid. And he said there was a doorway to a locker room and the toilets. He actually walked straight through the door in broad daylight, 10:30 in the morning. And this is the workplace. And he says, I wish you'd have been with me. I said, I wish I'd have been with you as well. I love to say that.
I know. It's when you see drama sells asylum sounds better than hospital. Paranormal was thriving and being spooky and horrific, while they are really cold, dark and quiet. Exactly. I wish I'd been there. I went to college, Cardonal College in Glasgow, years and years ago. And down the bottom floor was the kind of technical department sort of thing, you know, technical courses. And I remember the lecturers telling us that it was the last day before Christmas, you know, the college was shutting, and he was down the stairs locking up basically, and he seen a guy in the brown overcoats you used to get where your techie teacher would wear.
Like a smock.
You know.
Yeah.
I like a doctor's white jacket, but all brown. He seen somebody with one of them on get into one of the classrooms. I said, well, I was thinking there shouldn't be anybody else down here. I'm the only one left. He went into the classroom and there was nobody there. There was only one door in the classroom. There was no windows, nothing, because it was in the basement. The guy just vanished. But the thing was, he was telling people after the holidays about that, and what I always remember it, because I was sort of earwig in the conversation. One of the guys asked him to describe him, so he did, and he says, that sounds like, I can't mind the guy's name, say John. One of the lecturers had passed away for a heart attack during a class, and he used to wear the brown. And this guy says, that the way you described him, that sounds like John that passed away. But he says, clear as day, that's how solid this guy appeared, because the other lecturer went out of the classroom after him. We said, you know, what you do? And the guy was totally gone. Here's a question for you, Barry. Have you got an opinion how long you should wait to investigate a modern grave? Two people that mean the world to me.
To be honest with you, I mean, unless if it's a modern one, I mean, I don't like really investigate graves anyhow. But I mean, if to me personally, I'd stay away from them unless there's something spiritual contacting me first. I won't go out my way to investigate. So, no grave there. I'm going to investigate it. I won't do that. I mean, I'll say grave. I won't investigate graveyard anyhow because, like I said, you got to give them some peace in this life or next life, haven't you? I mean, if you can't get them the wrong place where they used to live, at least give them some peace and quiet and where they're resting.
Fair enough. My speech is on fire tonight. Must be my teeth. Don't know. Must be my shop. No. Moving on. So the Victorian Ghost Hunter.
Yes.
I find this fascinating.
Yes, because what I tend to do, I've not done one for a little while because since it's tend to close down, but I've got a couple more locations planned, and it's basically using Victorian methodologies and respect, and basically how they would have done it in them days. As I said, the only technology you'll have is like a lamp or a torch, and there'll be nothing else of modern era stuff. And we're looking into ways of how the Victorians used to do it, because the Victorians they wanted questions answered. They didn't have social media and stuff. I want to forget the social media side of things and give the experience that we're back in the day as it was, and live like they did, investigate like they did, pretend we're one of them, become what you're searching for, basically.
Because when you think about it, as you said, they didn't have all the gadgets that are available today.
No.
You know, and they probably still made contact with spirit.
Yeah. I mean, you did get a few charlatans by all means, but a lot of them wanted questions answered. And I think that's a problem these days. People don't want questions answering. They want a big excitement of a thrill, the experience of, oh, I've seen something, I've heard something. Instead of looking for questions to be answered, I think the best way to do it is look for questions rather than look for thrills.
And then the answer to a question just creates more questions.
Yeah, well, there, yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things I love about the paranormal. You can answer one question, but then that leaves you with maybe another 10 different questions.
Yeah. And no one will really be able to answer a question anyhow because it's questions, but it's based on speculation and guesswork. So.
Aye, we can't answer it. You know, we can maybe give our opinion on it or what
exactly.
we think.
Yeah.
You know, I was watching a live last week with Spig, and one of the questions in the chat was, you know, what happens after we die? Where do we go? And I ended up getting into chat very, very briefly on the panel, and I said, well, you know, my opinion is that when we pass over, we're still. That's what the girl says. You know, when we die, are we still here, or do we just automatically go somewhere else? I said, well, my opinion is that when we pass, we have a choice. We can either go into the light for whatever might be on the other side of the light. We don't know, you know. Or we can maybe just stay here until we're ready to go into the light. But once we go in, we can come back and forward. That's my belief.
It's a bit like sleeping, really, because every night we go to sleep, we dream, we don't know where we go. I mean, you think you go to bed, for example, 11 o'clock, you wake up at 6, and you think, bed has gone so quickly. Where's that time gone? And I think in a way, your spirit world's the same kind of thing. It's like a big sleep, and between we have little dreams. And that dream is beautiful life.
I'm so glad you said that, Barry. Because a few weeks ago, I had Rigger, the Spig and Charlie for Dead Signal on, and I came up with a question. Exact same as that, you know, as I says to them, you know, we've all had dreams where we've been maybe in 2 and 3 different scenarios, you know, in that same dream, whether it be work, shopping, home, but we don't remember going from A to B to C.
No, I know what you mean,
You could dream that you're in your work, and then all of a sudden you're in your living room.
Yeah.
And I said, do you guys think that's what it's like to be in spirit?
Yeah, I've woke up in a dream before. I've actually woke up in a dream, and I remember that because I was looking. It was weird because it weren't that long back actually. Because I woke up in bed, and I went to look out the window, and I suddenly woke up again in my bed. I think I was dreaming. I was looking out a window. Really strange, surreal, and in full colour as well.
Say that again. You woke up for a dream in a dream.
Yes, I remember it quite well because I woke up in bed. I thought something drew me to the window. I don't know what it was. So I peeped out the window because I sleep on the window side. And Amy's a partner, she was in bed, asleep in bed. And I think she stirred. But I woke up again. So I thought, what the? And I remember that bit. I just woke up in bed. So I knew I'd looked out the window previously in his previous job. That's why I knew it was a dream. Because I just got out of bed. I knew I'd not looked out the window because I was still in bed. Really strange.
That is really strange.
Yeah, and I think in a way that's. I mean, we do it every night. I've been listening to some Carl Sagan tapes as well, type stuff, and his views on death and the afterlife and stuff. It's quite interesting actually, and where we go and stuff. But it's just like we die every night and don't know where we go. We'll come back. It's like a short. It's like our dream world. It's preparing us for the next life.
I don't know what made me think it. It's just one, you know, these random questions that pop into your head every now and again, you know. And I thought, is that what it's like to be in spirit world? That we just can go from A to B to C, wherever, and we're just instantly there. But I mean, we've all had weird dreams, you know, and you no doubt you've had them as well, Barry. You've had dreams where they've been so real. You wake up and you need to convince yourself that it was just a dream.
Yes, one in particular I had years ago. I remember I used to ride bikes years ago for red cars, and I lived in Wakefield. And I remember I used to have this little scooter I used to pop around on, and I dreamed I'd bought this other bike, and it was a great bike. It was, and I had parked it up outside my flat and stuff. I woke up that following morning. I saw my helmet on the side. I'm going for riding a bike. And I woke up and saw my old scooter and I thought, oh, so I dreamed I've got this new bike and I'm excited to ride it. And don't get me wrong, it was oh shit, tripod over. And I was so excited and I thought, I realised, oh, it was a dream. Oh, and it was so real and so vivid. But I've been reading a story a little while back about this young girl in France, I think it was. And she was in a coma for about 3 or 4 weeks. But apparently in that time, in a coma world, she had a family and a new life. And she woke up. And she brought up kids in his coma. And she woke up from his coma to be a normal 17-year-old again. And it traumatized her because she thought she brought up a family.
But she was convinced that she had a family.
Yeah, exactly. It said in the time, in a coma world, she didn't realize it was a coma world. She thought it was a normal life. And she brought up 3 kids. And she came round in a normal today, basically, and it's done things to her basically mentally because she had no husband, no kids, and really.
That's the thing. I mean, always being in a coma. I don't know what it's right to actually be in a coma, but I dare say you do dream or whatever you want to call it. I don't know the right term for it, but it's when you how you about it when you're dreaming. You're not actually not aware that you're dreaming.
No, it's. I know you can have lucid dreams, but you have to be trained to learn, understand it.
So my question for you is: when we're dreaming, see if I get this right, because I'm not that intelligent, even though I might look it. I'm not that. When we're dreaming and we don't realise we're dreaming,
yeah,
we've often heard the saying that some people who pass over aren't aware that they're passed over.
Yeah.
They still think they're in the land of the living, basically. So is that the same kind of idea? Is that making sense? It makes
understand what you're
sense to
saying.
me.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So is that maybe why some people don't realise they're passed over? Same as we don't realise. I've confused myself.
Who knows? Eh? It's a possibility. Put it that way. I mean, I don't know. You don't know. No one really knows, really.
We don't. But I mean, just quite get back to the vivid, dreams. I mean, I've told the story a few times. My first ever house was a top floor flat, and my first ever car was a wee silver C registration Micra. I don't know if you remember them or not. It was kind of the square kind.
I remember I used to have driving lessons in the Micra.
Well, this was the kind of square shaped kind of Micra. So. But
wedge.
anyway. Aye, that's what it was a wedge shape.
Yeah.
I loved that wee car as well. I went everywhere in that wee car. I went to Felixstowe and everything in that wee car.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I stayed in the top floor flat, and I had a dream one night that I parked the car in the hall of the flat. And I actually got up in the morning and went out into the hall and looked. And then I thought to myself, what are you doing? You're staying in the top floor flat. And I had to look out the window to make sure the car was still there.
Yeah.
And it was my first wife I was with at the time. She's like, we there. I said, I'm looking for the car. Yeah, what? I said, I'm looking. She said, I was convinced I parked the car in the hall. She said, well, we're in the top floor. But I was convinced it was in the top floor. That, I drove up the stair or whatever way, I don't know.
That's it. Yeah, gravity and space and spatial awareness don't exist in a dream, does it?
It doesn't. And I thought, what's the car? And I looked out the window. All right, the car's down there. And I went, putz. Do you know what I mean? But I'm watching the time. I want to talk about Proud to be Paranormal before we wind up. I've got my wire cut. I do this every bloody show. I've got a wee wire, my headphones. And
you're not the only one. I've got cables down here as well. So
every show it catches between the seat and the arm of the chair, and so you go to move your head and it kind of pulls you. So Proud to be Paranormal in its 4th year. I'm going to check that up, by the way.
I have as well. It's either 4 or 5. I can't remember.
Well, I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not 3. Definitely not 3. No. Yeah, Proud to Paranormal. It's hashtag Proud to be Paranormal. It's basically my concept of giving something back to the paranormal world. And a few years back, people who know me, I went through a bad time, and in a way, the paranormal world brought me back, and it was there for me when the real world wasn't. And I always believed that to accept something, you got to give something back. And in my way, it's my way of giving a paranormal world something back. And Proud to be Paranormal is basically be proud of who you are and what you do. No matter what anyone says, how weird you may be, or comments you get and stuff, shrug it off and be who you are. Don't be ashamed of it. And that's where the T-shirt came into it. Paranormal Proud to be Paranormal T-shirt, worldwide Paranormal T-shirt days. Get everyone from this entire planet, no matter what far reach of the planet you live on, from the North Pole to Africa to Russia, no matter where you are, you can all participate on one day and put your paranormal T-shirts on. You don't have to be involved in ghost hunts and stuff. Just read about them, listen to podcasts, watch TV programs and stuff to be part of a paranormal world. And it's because it's different. Don't mean it's not there. Basically, put your T-shirt on, take a photograph of your T-shirt, wearing your T-shirt, or your favourite paranormal attire, and post that picture online with the hashtag Proud to be Paranormal, and it rolls on because that hashtag, it links to everything else. And not just that, if you're involved in paranormal, whatever it is, from books, writing, podcasts, films, anything, provided it's paranormal related, advertise your work, your products yourself, your gifts and stuff, and use the hashtag. And brings it all down to one family, basically. And it's all linked together. And the last few years, it's been phenomenal. And the first time I did it, I wasn't expecting much response, but I could not believe how many people got involved with it, especially United States, Canada, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand. We all took part in it because it was something different. And because, like I said, because it's different, be proud of it. Be proud of who you are and what you do. And
I think it's a fantastic idea, and as you say, be proud to be paranormal, because let's face it, there is a majority of people out there that as soon as you mention you're into the paranormal or you're doing that, there's a certain stigma that these people.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
And but it's always going to be like that, And I think there's a lot we've found over the past few years. There's actually a lot more people interested in the paranormal, but they'll not come out and say it.
Oh, exactly. I mean, the things I've been told, people talk to me at work about it and say, find out what I do and what I'm interested in. But I guess my story's told to me, I've got this, I know somebody who's had this experience, blah, blah, blah. And it opens, it's just that people are very reluctant to come forward because they don't know how people perceive them. And by doing what we do now with a t-shirt and Paranormal Day, it just shows that the paranormal can affect anybody from any walk of life, no matter who you are, where you work, where you live. It could all be involved. It could all be influenced some way by the paranormal, whether it's direct experience or you might know somebody. It's not as strange. It's not as unknown as people think it is. And be proud of it. You've experienced something many people want to be experienced and they've not been able to. So by experience, take it, hold it, take it, own it, basically, and be proud of it.
Because it's a passion, and it's you say something interesting. Well, everything you say is interesting, but you say that it gives people focus in life and stuff like that. There's one we've got coming back on. I'm not going to get any details, but we had a girl on there a couple of weeks ago. She's had a bit of a rough time in the past, but she's started to focus herself on the paranormal.
Yeah.
And it's gave her a whole new kind of lease of life. For what she'd been through before. And she's focused on the paranormal, and she's 100% happy. I think she's back on I want to say Wednesday, maybe she's back on the coming week anyway. But so it's not just a passion. It can give people some kind of focus in life. Maybe they're going through hard times or whatever it is. And they get into the paranormal, and it distracts them from their 9-to-5 kind of crap, whatever it might be. And it is a good thing, and it's a good thing. It's a good way to bring people together. As you say, you've had people from Thailand, from everywhere, and it's quite phenomenal the response you've had.
Definitely, it just shows that it's not as niche as people think it is. It's just that people don't want to talk about it because they don't know. It's like I said, don't know the response they'll create, basically. But what we do is it does, like I said, creates a family. The paranormal, everyone's got their own little pockets and their own little circles, and just for one day, forget your differences and stuff. And I know it sounds a bit cliche here, but we're all in it for the same boat. We're all in the same boat. We're looking for the same answers, basically. So why not help each other along the way and learn from each other? And also, if you are reluctant to come forward, you might be involved with paranormal itself, but you don't know what avenue to go down to show yourself off and meet new people. Use your hashtag Paranormal, and you'll link to loads of other people, and we have people like yourselves, like you and me. I mean, we are normal people, just that we might have a extraordinary interest in the paranormal and stuff, but it don't make us any different to you or me. So
no, but that's why we. I've got one more question for you, Phil, which I'll stick up in a wee second. We were criticised before by somebody because we like to put every now and again, we maybe go camping or wherever, we'll put a couple of photos up, and we do that to show people this, at the end of the day, we might go out, investigating and stuff like that, but we're just normal people who do normal things.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we're no
It's like I said
weirdos or
before,
anything like that.
and it's like I said before, the paranormal can affect anybody from any walk of life. You could be a billionaire, you could be a road sweeper, it doesn't matter. I mean, everybody can experience something with paranormal. You feel just you don't have to be open minded to it. Cause if it'll happen to you, it'll happen when you're not expecting it. And that's the day you'll think, oh, crikey.
I think everybody in their lifetime, where past or in the future, will have something that's happened to them that they cannot explain, whether it be a noise, a feeling, seeing something. I think everybody's going to have that one experience during their lifetime.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be, they shouldn't be afraid to talk about it in case they're slagged off or, whatever. I find religious people are very open. They want to know how it works and what we do. But there's a lot of people. I mean, I'll stick the last question out a wee second. I mean, her daughter, she's 10. She's right into the paranormal. She does a wee podcast. So I'm going to get you on as a guest, by the way, for a 10-year-old, and I'm not going to apologise.
I'd like that. Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So she started to do a wee podcast, and so she tells everybody at school, all wee pals think it's all great that I'm a paranormal investigator. Because there's not many of them about in the wee school. But a few of the parents have come up to me and says, "Oh, your daughter's into paranormal." I said, "You run a team. I'm right into that. What do you do? Where do you go? I'd love to come out with you, blah, blah, blah." And so it's quite amazing how many people are out there, everyday people that they don't have anybody to talk to. They don't know anybody that's in the paranormal. But you say, use the hashtag and they'll connect to
exactly.
Hundreds of people up and down the country. Ask Barry what he thinks, what happens with me when I get into your car from my house. I'm always interested in others' pursuit. The last 2 or 3 cars we picked Laura up. The seatbelt sensors you get in the cars. Well, Laura sits in the back. The middle one always, not every time, but I say 90-95% of the time, the middle sensor will, beep, 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 that fucking annoying noise you get. But there's nobody there. There's nobody sitting in that seat. And you could say, all right, your car's got a faulty sensor, but it's happened in the last 3 cars that we've had.
Yeah.
That always goes off in the middle.
So you think someone sat there when we're not?
Aye, because there's no reason why it should go off. As I say, if it was just the one car, then fine, you can say, right, well, it's a faulty sensor.
Yeah.
But the last 3 cars it's happened, I think, well, any theories?
Intriguing, that is. I mean, like I said, if it was a one glitch in a certain car, I mean, was it the same brand of car?
This one and the last one was. The one previous wasn't.
Yeah. Because the reason why I asked that, because cars these days, like, for example, if you got like, for example, like a Vauxhall, which is now owned by Peugeot and so and Renault and stuff like that, we all use the same components, same parts these days, and just stick my own badge on it and stuff. But like I said, to have the same thing happen on 3 different consecutive cars is a bit strange. Like I said, you'd expect it maybe once.
This car's a Suzuki. The last one was a Suzuki, the same model, but we've got the upgraded version now. The third one was a Ford.
Yeah.
It was a Ford.
Yeah.
The first one that started happening. And it's weird. It doesn't happen 100%, maybe 90-95% of the time, but it still happens. You think, well, 3 cars, that can't be the same fault in these 3.
That does seem a bit random. It's almost a random as such, but it does seem very odd for that to be happening, especially consecutive cars. So
she might have a paranormal stalker.
Oh, you never know. It might be someone following you around and coming for a little ride with you. You never know.
Maybe they like my driving. Who knows? I don't know.
The show, I'll definitely be interested in the 10-year-old show, definitely.
He's still. Sorry, Craig. I will say to the wee one when I come off that she needs to get you booked in. So what I'll do, Barry, is I'm going to keep a hold of you after we come off. But so the wee one, does her shows, and she's had a few people on, you know, and she enjoys it. We don't push her, but, you know,
That's
we
good.
just let
That's
her go at our own pace. And like I say, the other day, her mum was staying with her gran, and she was staying with me. The wee one was with me, and I says, there was a beautiful sunny day. I says, what do you want to do? She says, well, I want to go to the beach, then I want to go to a graveyard. Right, fair enough. Most kids would maybe want soft play or something like that, you know. Saying, I want to go to a graveyard.
Yeah.
Can we go to Loudon? I said, we go to Loudon if you want. So when we were only in Loudon because we get defeated by the midges, I'm afraid. The midges, open season with midges, but
we're coming back again.
Oh, they were murdered the other night. I put the necrophonic on. She's going to put the necrophonic on, Dad, and I'll do a wee investigation. So I just gave her my phone, so, you know. So she gets out there, and I think it's brilliant, you know. But see, we don't push her. She's going to go at her own pace and find her feet. But we'll get you on anyway. So, say I'll keep a hold of you. Pardon me. Just after we come off for a wee second. So, where can people find you?
I am on Facebook, Barry Frankish. That's my own personal profile. Or you got Bare Bones Paranormal. I'm starting doing a little bit of TikTok under my own name, and I say Messenger if anybody wants to talk to me, invite me on shows or whatever, or find out more about Paranormal, how can take part, or any ideas you want to bring forward, and if you want to do something no one's done before, give me a knock, and I'd gladly talk to you.
When's the badges going to be available, actually?
I have got the badges all set up. They're a little bit smaller this year because I've gone for smaller ones, more personal. But they are over the next couple of days, I'm going to be releasing them. There's only one person who's got. There's only one person who's got one at the moment. That's Ames downstairs. She's actually got one.
She's your other half, obviously.
Well, yeah.
You know.
But no, they will be coming over the next couple of days.
Yeah. So give Barry's page a look up and get one of the Proud to be para.
And don't forget, whatever you do with a paranormal world, use the hashtag.
Aye, wait, he says use the hashtag.
The waffle.
Aye. You know, it's only recent. I think it's only within the last year I found out what hashtag was.
Yeah, it's like I always thought it was a waffle.
It's the same as that Chat GBT. Have you tried that?
Yes, I have actually. Yes. Yeah.
Sarah and the wee one, they were right into it, and so I've just very, very recently started to use it. But I made up a picture the other day, and
I seen it. Yes.
Yes. But I spelled your name. I spelled your name, Barry. And she's a Barry. So I says to the wee one, I said, "Oh, I've got that wrong." She said, "Can I edit that?" And she says, "Aye, Dad, I'll show." She's 10. I'll show you how to edit it. I didn't have a clue, but she was. So she showed me how to. But I love it. I'm making up this all the time. It's great.
Yeah, because my name can be spelled quite different ways. There's 3 people in a paranormal world with my name, and we all spell it differently. Is that spooky or what? Mine's B-A-double. Double I-Y, mine, yes.
And then you get Barry John, who's R-I-E.
That's right, and you got Barry Guy, which is R-I.
R-I?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's right.
Yes. All of it. Well, do the same thing, but with different names of doing it.
See, I've got a boring. I don't even have a middle name. My mum and dad couldn't afford one. We're from Glasgow.
Oh, but I must admit, I didn't always used to use my middle name, but I thought when I wrote my book, I thought it looks better having a middle initial.
I'm the only one in the team without a middle name. Feel sorry for me.
Tell you what, if I find one, I'll let you have it. I'll send it to you.
If you've got any line about Barry, then please.
Okay, here's one for you, Eddie. If you could have a middle name, what would it be?
Clint.
You have to be careful how you spell that.
No, I would. If I could choose my middle name, I would say Aaron.
Yeah.
After, because I'm a massive Elvis fan, so I was obviously Elvis' middle name. So I was Scott Aaron Mathewson. Yeah, that sounds quite nice. Can you add a middle name in with Deadpool?
You can actually give yourself middle name. You can call yourself what you want.
Clint.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get yourself. Like I said, remember, spell it carefully.
Aye. Don't miss out there either. I just tried to use it. I'm Craig.
Yeah.
Well,
But you know what my R stands for?
go Ralph.
Nope.
Ronald.
Nope.
Roberta.
Close, but not.
Robert.
Robert, yes. That's my middle name.
Ah.
Yes.
So Craig is Craig. David. Laura is I'm Loretta Jane Rowan Dawson. A bit of a mouthful.
That's where your middle name went. That's where some people got two middle names, you got none. So somebody had yours. Yeah.
Sam. Well, Laura, you told me if I could choose a middle name, it would be Sam. Oh, Scott Aaron Mathewson. Right, got you now. That's what it was spelled. Scott Aaron Mathewson.
Yes.
Aye. Took me a wee second but no, that
it took me a while to that. Well, yeah.
To say I'm a big Elvis fan, so I'd like the name. Some people pronounce it Aaron, but it wasn't. It was Aaron.
Yeah.
Annoys me. But we're going to wrap it up there, folks. So go and find this guy. Jump on his page and look out for the Proud to be Paranormal badges. Buy one when they come out. It's July the
25th.
20th. I was going to say, I wasn't sure if it was 25th or 26th. I knew it was one of the two.
It's a Saturday. It's always going to be a Saturday.
And stick your paranormal t-shirts on, get your photo taken, get them on Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Spread the word. But you will see this guy again. So we're going to wind it up there, folks. So a big thank you to Barry and for everybody for watching. We're back tomorrow night with Karen Leigh, who's a hypnotist, and she does the past life regression stuff. So we talked to her tomorrow.
I'm interested in that. I do want that doing, actually. I'm very interested in past life.
Carol Tracy, who I do the Tudor shows with, she does it.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
Yeah, I can put you in. She's actually teaching her V1. So I think V1 started as tarot cards. So Tracy, she's been doing the tarot cards for years. So every week the weekend has a video call lesson with Tracy with the tarot cards. But she does. I can put you in touch with her. I can set that up. I can set that up for you.
You'll do that. Yes, definitely interested.
I'll do it. So we're out here, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow night. And you'll see this young man yet again. But go and give him a look up because the guy's everywhere. All right, folks. So take care and bye.
Bye.